This is the Hub on Hollywood. I'm Peter.
No, I'm Peter.
No, I'm Peter.
I'm Peter. Did you not see this?
I'm clearly Peter Parker.
I am clearly okay. Maybe I'm Gwen Stacy.
Oh,
we'll call it that.
Yeah, well, the multiverse is alive, but one thing that is the same in all the multiverses is that we love movies.
That's right. Every version of Jamie and James in every multiverse loves movies.
Yeah,
and they do this podcast apparently.
Yeah, and thank you for watching this Halloween special of the podcast. We feel very spooky. We have our spooked out spider webby table and our costumes of sort.
Exactly. I made this spider webs. With we were just discussing whether or not we had synthetic or self-made spider webs.
Yeah.
But either way, we've decorated.
Yeah. Where do you fall into the spidey web debate?
I like it that he makes it himself.
Toby.
He's right. Well, no, I like that the Spider-Man that kind of created it. Because they're scientists, they're
smart.
I mean? They're very smart. That's a great thing to have. But I like that they run out of spider webs because that gives more tension to whatever's going on.
Yeah. Well, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man can also run out of webs after he's stressed. We saw that in Spider-Man 2. There was a period where he couldn't shoot his webs, but then he was encouraged by the power of love and Mary Jane Watson.
Performance issues are often solved that way.
Yes.
Anyways, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got a little bit of Spider-Man news. There's more Spider-Men coming.
Yeah, we have more Spider-Man news. We have some news regarding Ana de Armas, who's been in almost every big blockbuster film in the past couple of years, including Knives Out, most recently James Bond. Yeah. And now we have word that she may be hitting into her own spin-off. We will get into that. We're also going to check out a new trailer for Lightyear, which is this kind of weird, kind of meta, kind of in-world view of the Buzz Lightyear action figure / character that inspired the action figure.
Right. This kind of surprised me. So we're gonna watch the trailer and react to that. And
we got some Halloween horror movie trivia that I'm going to put Jamie's knowledge to the test.
My knowledge is poor, so watch me get embarrassed about that. And also we're going to talk about the things that we've been watching. Great time to watch some horror, some gore, some fun stuff.
All right.
So yeah, first of all, kicking it all off, James, Kevin Feige,
that genius,
does not want you to get your hopes up about Spider-Man No Way Home, about seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Discuss.
Right. Neither he doesn't want the rumors to go spreading that we Jamie and I are going to be appearing in the next Spider-Man movie.
Right. They just don't want people to get so hyped and excited.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny that we are in this movie, this upcoming movie.
Me and James
specifically
are in this movie. Are we? Are we not?
Are we not?
Anyway, so Kevin Feige says, rumors are fun because many of them are true, many of them are not true. The danger is when you get into the expectation games of wanting people to be excited for the movie that they get and not disappointed about the movie that they don't get. I totally understand that. I think that's exactly what happened with the Star Wars franchise. Everyone created their ideal movie in their head, and there's just no way that they could have delivered, although they could have delivered something a lot better than what we got.
Yes.
But, there's so many rumors swirling around the multiple Spider-Men that are going to be in this movie. What do you think?
Well, because one thing that's kind of, I feel like it's one of those kept secrets, not so kept secrets, or we are anticipating Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to come back. Ever since the idea of a multiverse and the fact that the next Spider-Man movie was going to be playing a big role in the multiverse, the initial thought is we are going to definitely see Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man versions meet up with the Homecoming version of Spider-Man. And I feel like that's I think that cat has kind of been out of the bag. I feel like there have been enough hints from even the cast members, even from Andrew Garfield, who during recent interviews is asked, straight up, "Are you in this movie?" And he's like, "Oh no, like that one leaked photo of something, that was all CGI. That was not real." They're doing their best to, and like I'm sure their legal obligation to say they're not in this movie or to give anything away. But I feel like they are going to be in this movie. We've already seen Doc Ock, Alfred Molina. We've heard the Green Goblin, played by what's his name?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, yeah, of course. And so we've heard his cackle, his laugh in there, and there are more rumors of some other previous, like Electro, like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
He was confirmed that he's going to be coming back. So those are the things that have been confirmed and kind of like not so much hyped or talked about anymore because they want those secrets to remain. And obviously the impact in the movie, when you're watching it, you want to be still surprised, like, oh, that person is in the movie, or oh, that person wasn't, but they still like where it went. And so, yeah, MCU having Kevin Feige's job, I'm sure it has plenty of rewards, but also the curse, the burden of knowledge. It's kind of like trying to herd cats.
Yeah,
you can only do your best. One of those cats, they're gonna get out of the bag, and I feel like we've had some of that.
There's so many spoilers and things that get leaked and all of that. So we're not going to be sharing any leaks or anything like that here on the Hub on Hollywood. We want you to have the optimum experience there in the movie theater when you get there. But you're right. It's like there are things that are just known. There are things that are just known, and trying to maintain people's excitement and surprise is, there's only so much that he can do, Kevin Feige, but we appreciate him for his storytelling, for everything that he has done with the franchise. I'm just looking forward to, if they are all three there together on screen, to all of them pointing at each other.
Yeah, that meme.
So, you, me, you, him, what? Webs, yeah.
Now, do you think? Now, I think everybody is begging for that scene, but at the same time, does that also feel like kind of like like
fan service?
Fan service, because everyone knows, like, oh, that's that thing, and like, do you do that to like appease the fan? Does it help the story? So there's a lot of like debate over whether that scene will happen.
Listen, I am the fan. Serve me. I want it. I am totally down for that. So that is coming out around Christmas time, right? December?
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
And then the Multiverse of Madness. When does Multiverse of Madness come out? Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because I think that comes out does it come out before? I know, there's so many movies that are
lined up,
all lined up and all in the multiverse that have a role, like Ant-Man and the Wasp, the next one, and the Quantum of...
It's hard to keep them all straight, but apparently Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming out May of next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to get Spider-Man first.
Right.
And then everything kind of leads its way into that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so, because I guess Doctor Strange would have to break this universe in order to be able to fix it in the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
And then also introducing WandaVision and how she has changed the multiverse, and how Loki have changed the multiverse.
Oh my gosh, so they're giving like every character an opportunity to play their part in breaking everything.
Yeah.
Breaking the universe and breaking the continuum of time, and it makes nerds like us so excited.
Yeah, I'm all excited for it. I'm excited to see the next chapter of Marvel, the next phase of Marvel. But speaking about the next chapter, I'm excited for this next chapter for Ana de Armas.
Yes.
She is a very talented Cuban-born actress, and she's been making waves. Most recently, of course, with Knives Out. She was also in this year's James Bond, No Time to Die, and now there's word that she's going to be having her own spin-off in the John Wick universe.
Wow.
And so Deadline is reporting that Knives Out James Bond actress will be the lead in the spin-off called Ballerina, and the Ballerina character was actually introduced in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, where there's this scene where there are these ballerinas on stage and they're being watched by this trainer, and it turns out that these ballerinas are actually going to be assassins, and that's when this character was kind of introduced. Now it's not Ana de Armas. It's like I think they're recasting it, but for this basic story, it's going to follow a young assassin who seeks revenge against the people who killed her family. And as I mentioned when I reviewed James Bond, is that even though Ana de Armas's character in No Time to Die was very short, I would say less than 10 minutes, even though with that short screen time, her character left a big impact, and I actually said, you know, if they had a James Bond spinoff with that character, I would totally believe it, and I would go watch it because her character was very fun, energetic, and you want to see more of her. Turns out, that kind of same character, that kind of same energy is going to happen in the John Wick verse, and so I'm really happy to see her not only getting more roles because she is very talented and deserving of it, but just like the different ways she can show her talents. Obviously acting, but now action. Yeah,
and in Knives Out also, she just stole the scene. She's a young actress who's, you know, hasn't been on the scene, you know, hasn't been making a big splash for very long, but every scene that she is in, she pops, she captivates. She is lovely, and I'm not just saying that because I was her body double and I got to be her Armas. Oh, the quality jokes you get on the Hub on Hollywood. But I cannot wait to see this. I only have one concern.
What's your concern?
I have a little bit of a concern. The plot here, the basic plot, is so overdone.
It is
so.
It's the initial. I'm hoping. I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. I hope that in between the time that, you know, because right now they're in talks and negotiations. In between negotiations to when they're filming, I agree. Hopefully they change it up so that it makes it a little more interesting. Yeah. Because obviously John Wick, he goes back. You know, he was this. What was his name? He was known as the boogeyman. He was known as I forget the exact name, but for John Wick, the story revolves around the death of a dog, like his dog that his late wife gifted to him, and after the dog was killed, John Wick is on this rampage, and so this is kind of like, okay, so this assassin's, her family was killed, now she's on a rampage. So yeah, we've seen that story, we've kind of seen that trope. So I too would like a little more
fleshed out,
and a
little more interesting, right?
Yeah, but John Wick Chapter 4 apparently wrapped up filming last October, but it was pushed the release date because of the pandemic. But it will be coming out in May of 2022, and I would imagine that Ana de Armas would be making an appearance in that, and that would help with her spinoff.
Right.
But
well, we send much love to Ana de Armas, and call us. We'll have you on because, you know, you just need a little more publicity, right? That's what we're here for.
We're here for you, Anna. We got you.
We've got your backs and your armas.
Well, speaking of which, you know, you were her body double for Knives Out. Any phone calls for any punching doubles? Like, you know, when they need a fist, when they need her arm to punch somebody, they could call it.
Well, apparently our hands are very similar. You know, we're both Cubana. You know, we're both Cuban. And, you know, it's call me. All right. But you know who you need to call in times of trouble, James?
Who?
There are so many heroes that you could call. But one that I wouldn't have thought of, Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear, the real hero.
You mean in Toy Story 5, surely that is what he's going to be appearing in, right?
Yes, in Toy Story 15, we're going to be exploring. No, but I actually didn't even know that this was in production. I didn't know that they were putting something like this together. No. But Pixar is creating it's going meta, sort of. Not like Facebook, but they are... they have created a Buzz Lightyear movie about what the actual character is that the toy is based out of, or based on, because they want to sell more toys.
Of course.
But I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so in the Toy Story universe, so many universes that we're talking about, but in the Toy Story universe, Andy has obviously Woody, and then he acquires, he's gifted Buzz Lightyear, the doll, the action figure. And so I guess before that, there was a movie or a TV show of Buzz Lightyear, that character, and then they, of course, like any large property like Disney, they began selling toys, like millions, and fill the shelves with these toys, and that's what I guess is the premise of this. It's that show about what Buzz is based on.
Right, exactly.
And so
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch the trailer here, and we're gonna react to it. We both love all of the Toy Story movies, so I haven't watched this whole thing.
And then we'll talk about the controversy after we watch it. Controversy.
Okay, let's talk about the controversy, but first let's watch this. Ready? Here we go.
Gotta give you that appropriate
warning.
Got a suit up montage, of course.
Cabin pressurization is underway as we prepare for ignition.
Already the animation looks beautiful.
It really does.
It's Pixar, so of course.
Yep, they've perfected this. Here's Buzz taking off in his rocket ship. And he looks different from the toy. They made him look
a little more human.
Realistic.
Yeah, a little more human. Again, the animation looks just amazing. To infinity.
And beyond! Oh, he's flying into the sun?
Looks like he's garnering space energy, like, you know, the gravity pull, so he can launch somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And now we know Buzz Lightyear has hair underneath that cap.
That was surprising. Light speed. Fighting a cat.
Fighting some aliens. And the iconic Buzz Lightyear suit.
Loving the music too.
To infinity.
And
Beyond.
So coming out.
That is Chris Evans' voice.
That's Chris Evans, and that leads to the controversy of the movie. So the talk online, everybody, they're wondering, well, if this movie, like, this is the character that inspired the action figure doll. Obviously in Toy Story, and the action figure itself is voiced by Tim Allen. But if this was like based off the TV show, shouldn't the TV show actor in the Toy Story universe, shouldn't they be the voice of Buzz Lightyear the toy? And now people are thinking, is it because of politics? No, Tim Allen is outspokenly conservative, and you know that roasts some people the wrong way. Some people like that. Is different opinions, but some people feel like because he is a very outspoken conservative, that is why they replace him with Chris Evans, who is also outspoken politically, but leans more left. And so, have you heard about that controversy? What are your thoughts?
I have not heard about that controversy, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I can look more into it, but my initial reaction is I don't think that they play it like that. I don't think they play it like that. I think that you've got a brand new movie. You've got a character who's just who's a little bit different than the toy. This is the actual, story that the toy is based off of, and I don't think it's a big deal that they have brought in a younger actor.
Younger voice too, because Tim Allen's getting up there.
Yeah, Tim Allen is getting up there. He can't be a Buzz forever. He's going to sound like this. You know what I mean? So I don't really think... I would like to think that politics is not playing a part in that. But I think Chris Evans sounds very much like Tim Allen from the very little bit that we heard just then. I don't think it's going to be a tremendous difference. And you know what, James? The toy never ever really sounds the same as like the show or the character. Like, it's got a little voice box, and it's realistic that it wouldn't sound exactly the same.
Yeah, and the truth is, and somebody could fact check me, but I believe, like, for example, like the current modern day Woody toys and Buzz Lightyear toys that you could buy in Target or Walmart, those aren't voiced by Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. They're actually voiced by, I forget, I think either Tom Hanks's brother or Tim Allen's brother. There's one of those things where like a sibling voices Woody for like the video games or for like the TV show or for like the toys. Right. And so that is one thing that that is based on reality, that not always the actual actor it goes back to the booth and records it for the video game or records it for a toy. And so it could be that. I too would like to think that's not politically based, but of course the internet is the internet, and people are going to throw out accusations and see what sticks.
I don't want to fight over everything. It's a cute movie. Like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anything surprised you about that trailer? Something surprised me.
I'm not quite surprised. It was a good tease, so I'm definitely teased and excited. What surprised you?
The hair.
The hair, yeah. I guess that would be the one thing that surprised me. I don't know what I always thought, because I thought, Buzz is a toy, and you didn't really think of its show like, having a hair or character.
He can't take his helmet off, but I guess if he could take his helmet off, that's something that, you wouldn't have ever thought about. So apparently he's a brunette. He's got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
under there.
He has nice looking hair too.
Yeah, very handsome. Way to go.
Yeah, you go, Buzz. I'm surprised he didn't have a buzz cut.
God, James, come on.
Oh, goodness. No, but I'm excited. You said May 2022, I think?
May 2022, yeah.
Well, that's another Spider-Man. I'm all over the place. It's another Toy Story related movie that I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that. But one thing you should be excited about
is us
and our casting calls for you.
Yeah.
We have just a few this week, but they sound pretty interesting. And again, if you fit the match of this description, or of anyone, go ahead and send your email in, send a link to this video, this episode, to your friends, your family, so they can get involved in this. But for the first one, Hudson Valley Casting, they're looking for background actors to portray townspeople, including a core group that will repeat for several days. This project is titled The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery. And it films in November to December in Hyannis. So if you want to be a background actor, email Amy Heidi, that's A-M-Y, Heidi, H-E-I-D-I, casting@gmail.com, and this is a SAG-AFTRA gig, so you have to be part of the union to apply for this one. And our second and last casting call is from Boston Casting. They're looking for black men and women 25 to 40 years old for a documentary. This pays $420 per day, and you must be available for the entire week of November 8th. And this is shooting in Mystic, Connecticut. They will pay for housing and for traveling, so they will reimburse you for that. So if you are interested, send your headshot and resume to Boston Casting headshot and resume at gmail.com.
Awesome. And Boston Casting, they've got a bunch of films that are currently filming continuously over the next couple of months, so you want to keep an eye out for those opportunities. There's Hocus Pocus filming down in Rhode Island, so join us, stick with us here on the Hub on Hollywood. Not only do we bring you reviews and entertainment, but we try to get you casted in films so that you can spend the day with your favorite celebrity and get yourself on camera there in the background, like waving behind Jennifer Lopez or something like that, Jennifer Lawrence. So that's what we do here on the Hub on Hollywood. There's another movie called Salvation that just started filming, and they're through Boston Casting. So a lot of great stuff. We had Black Panther earlier this year.
Yeah, and Worcester.
And Ryan Reynolds just wrapped up a Christmas musical. Yeah. With
Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell.
And Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, all together in it. So wonderful stuff. Keep checking in with us.
Yeah, stay tuned in. Yeah, we have you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Hub on Hollywood. If you're not watching us and you want to go on the go, you can listen to us on any of the major podcasting streaming services like Spotify, iHeartRadio, which is free to download, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, you can get the Hub on Hollywood.
That's right. Like us, share us. Hang out with your grandpa one day and just listen to us. I don't know, but enjoy us. And we enjoy talking to you. Let us know what we should be talking about. But James, what we're going to be talking about next, you are about to test my very, very poor horror movie knowledge.
Yeah, so I threw in some. Yeah, this is the horror movie trivia portion of our Hollywood spooky spook fest.
Spectacular.
Ooh.
Yes, yeah.
So I threw in a mix of some easy, some little tricky,
Okay,
and so
all right.
we'll see how you do.
Let's see.
If you get let's say if you get 7 out of 10, you get a candy. You get a piece of candy.
Okay.
All right. So our first one. What? And if you want to.
don't tell me.
Yeah. We aren't live, so this isn't live between us. But if you want to comment down below, if you think you know the answer, comment down below.
Yeah.
But first question: what horror sci-fi film has the tagline "In space, no one can hear you scream"?
Oh, it's very familiar. In space, no, is it like... I'm just going to embarrass myself. Is it like, Lost in Space?
No. I thought you had it. I thought you were playing with me. I thought you had it.
No, is it,
Okay,
No.
it's a horror sci-fi film. They've made several of these films, like sequels and everything. If I give the main actress away, I think you'll get it.
Sigourney Weaver?
It is Sigourney Weaver.
Okay, it's the Alien.
Alien.
Okay.
All right, we'll count that. We got that.
Alrighty.
Okay, we'll give some tips and hints and everything.
Danger, Will Robinson, not that one.
No.
Okay.
Now, this one, which actor or actress from Friends appears in the movie Scream?
Courtney Love. No? Yeah, look.
Close. Do you know who Courtney Love is? Courtney Love versus Courtney.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes. Okay, it's not Courtney Love. That was the rock star.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's Courtney.
You're very close.
It's Courtney. It's Monica.
It's Monica.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
I'll give you that. It's
Okay.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox. I'm sorry.
She used to be Courtney Cox Arquette.
I was not. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, Courtney Cox.
Yeah, what's his name? Is it Dave Arquette?
Dave Arquette.
Yeah, so they're actually married for a while,
long
and they're both going to be in the new Scream movie. That's coming out
see that,
with the original cast. All right, speaking about originals, what was the original movie title for Hocus Pocus?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Yes.
I feel like.
Filmed in New England.
Filmed in New England, filmed in Rhode Island.
And they're
The
filming part
sequel.
2.
Yes, they're filming the second movie right now. In Rhode Island, was it called like Trouble, Boyle, and I don't know.
This one's a little hard.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
Okay, Halloween House.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get.
Yeah, that was gonna be a tough one. That was gonna be a tough one. Next one. What is the name of the camp where Jason Voorhees drowns in Friday the 13th? What is the name of the camp where Jason Voorhees drowns in Friday the 13th?
Camp better have insurance.
Ooh, close, but no cigar. Camp Crystal Lake.
Camp Crystal.
Camp Crystal Lake. Hey, don't look at this.
No peeking. No peeking.
Okay, this one you may get.
Okay.
This was kind of like, it was in the trailers a lot.
Yeah.
In The Purge,
Okay.
crime is legal for 24 hours
Yeah.
for how many times a year? This is multiple question.
Multiple choice.
A, every 6 months. B, once a month. C, once a year. Or D, once every 5 years.
For which movie?
The Purge, the first one.
The first every year.
Every year.
Every year.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay.
All right. The murderous holiday of the Purge.
Woo.
Okay. Number 6. We have 10 questions. So this is number 6.
All right.
What is the name of the hotel in Psycho?
I know it. It's the.
They also made a TV show. They made a TV show,
God, I know it.
which I also highly recommend. It was on AMC. I forget the main actor, but he's like on this new doctor.
It's the Bates Motel.
The Bates Motel.
Yay!
Ding, ding, ding. All right. The Bates Motel.
Oh man, I'm surprised I'm doing this well with my mommy brain.
You are. You're doing great.
How are you guys doing? How many have you gotten right?
Comment down below.
Yeah, we've got a few more left.
All right, we're number 7. What is the first horror movie, or what was the first horror movie to be nominated for an Oscar? How about this? What was the first devilish horror movie to be nominated for an Oscar?
It's gotta be The Exorcist.
Yes.
Yay!
All right.
That was too good of a hit.
Was that? Yeah, I was trying to help out. Okay,
Yeah.
You're doing well. You're doing great. Number 8, and this is multiple choice.
Okay.
Which movie is credited with forcing the creation of the PG-13 rating?
Ooh.
Is it A, The Thing, B, Evil Dead 2, C, Gremlins, or D, Nightmare on Elm Street? Which movie is
I want
credited?
to say it's either C or D. I'm going to go with Gremlins.
You gonna go with Gremlins? Final answer?
Final answer.
You're right.
Yay! Yeah, Gremlins like effed me up as a child. I would never. I think that between that and Chucky,
Yeah.
I didn't like dolls anymore. I just couldn't have them in my room or in the closet.
Yeah. Gremlins 1 was a lot scarier than Gremlins 2 was really good too, but you
Yeah.
throw in like a thousands of different little gremlin monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It didn't really freak me out, but I did know as a young kid that something was off about Gremlins. I was like, this is weird.
I miss 80s movies that
Yeah.
were just like ridiculously weird and it didn't matter.
Right.
And it was just fun.
All
Okay,
right.
let's see.
Number 9.
All right.
This is also multiple choice.
Okay.
What is the highest grossing Stephen King film adaptation? A, The Shining, B, The Green Mile, C, Pet Sematary from 1989, or It from 2017? What is the highest grossing Stephen
Let's
King
see.
film adaptation?
I am going to go with The Green Mile. Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Oh no!
It has to be The Green Mile.
It was not. It was It from
was
2017.
It. Oh.
Yes.
Well, I guess with inflation, like the more current one might have made more money over. Adjust that for inflation and tell me if I'm still wrong.
Let me do the math, and you're wrong still. It was It 2017.
Okay, all right.
Now, last one.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if you could remember a little hint about me, about what I enjoy, which
Okay.
horror movie features a serial killer in a William Shatner mask?
In a William Shatner mask.
Yes, which horror movie features a serial killer in a William Shatner mask?
Okay, hang on.
Now, this is kind of a trick question because it isn't technically a William Shatner mask. The mask was like revamped and changed for the movie. So the actual mask was like bought at a Halloween store, like an actual Halloween store, and like they changed it, they bleached it, they did some product to it to make it look different. But it is a William Shatner face that the serial killer.
Oh, it's the one with the mask and he wears like a blue jumpsuit and he walks around with a knife and his name is like Michael?
Yeah. What movie is that?
Michael,
Oh, it's so easy.
So close.
Halloween.
Yay! All right.
I think you got at least 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I did a lot better than I thought I was.
You did great. You did great.
Thank you.
How well did you do? See, it wasn't too hard or
No,
bad.
It wasn't too bad. My father-in-law dresses up as Michael every Halloween and freaks me out like every single Halloween. It doesn't matter how many times he does it, I'm still super terrified of walking with him, like going trick-or-treating and stuff like that. Like,
No, so if you love that movie or any of the horror, like kind of like, weird things they did behind the scenes of how they made it, right now on Netflix, they have the movies that made us, and I talked about it in the last episode, but they also did Halloween, they did Freddy Krueger in this season 3, they also did, I think, Friday the 13th, and so so they said, even William Shatner was recently interviewed because he went up in that Blue Origins, he went to space recently, but they interviewed him like, hey, did you have any role or part or knowledge about, your face being used as one of the most horror, like the best horror movies ever? He was like, oh no, I had no idea. It was like a Star Trek kind of a costume for like Captain Kirk, and they went, the film crew working on a budget of practically nothing, went to a Halloween store, picked one, and then they cut out the eyes, they painted it white, and they darkened the hair of some sort to make it have like this blank evil like expression of pure evil, and it's so iconic.
So funny. That's so funny.
He gets no royalties. No royalties. He doesn't get. William Shatner gets no royalties.
His lawyers on that.
I think he's doing fine. He's flying in space with Jeff Bezos.
I guess.
I think he's okay. I think he's well off.
I think he is. He's fine. But you know what else is fun? That was a great quiz, James. But it's Halloween.
Yes.
And it's Halloween. So what should people be watching for Halloween? I can tell you what I'm watching. Are you watching anything to kind of get yourself in the spooky mood?
I actually did watch Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Because I have a soft spot, and that was like my age range as a young kid when that movie came out, and so rewatched it. Not all the jokes hold up. It's a different time, the 90s.
Yeah.
And so there's some parts that don't hold up, but overall, it's good. It's a good Disney kids
Yeah.
movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, for the first time last night, my son and I watched the first Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters with Bill Murray,
Dan Aykroyd.
and everyone else. So he loved it. Every step of the way, he's like, where's the Ghostbusters car? Are they gonna save the day? Oh no! What? And he got really upset when they got put in jail.
Yeah.
And he's like, they shouldn't be in jail. That other guy should be in jail. Like, he got really invested in it.
Yeah.
And I miss those kinds of really joyful movies. And like I was saying earlier, like just silly and joyful, where everyone is just partying at the end. But also a few things don't hold up. From
Yeah.
the 80s. It was a little date rapey,
Yeah.
in some parts. But besides that,
Besides for that stuff.
the rest of it is, of course, a classic.
Ghostbusters is also on Netflix's Movies That Made Us. So if you want any
Yeah.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
things about that, I love that my fiance and I, now I'm getting used to saying fiance, thank you. We love anything behind the scenes of how it's created, like visual effects, how they
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
And so if you're also into the behind the scenes work of movies and TV shows and the Hollywood magic, highly recommend that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ghostbusters, have you seen, I know they're making a new one that's coming out soon with Paul Rudd and like the next generation of kid Ghostbusters. But did you see the one with
all the women?
with the women, Kate McKinnon?
I didn't know. I didn't get a chance
something
to see
McCarthy. Yeah, I was gonna say not Jenna McCarthy.
No.
The other McCarthy.
The other McCarthy.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
No, I didn't get a chance to see that. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll add that to my list up next because Nikki
Chris
loves Ghostbusters.
Hemsworth is also in that one.
Yeah?
That
that's right.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Awesome. But I also wanted to get a little gore in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not my strong suit, but I'm a little late on this one, and I watched the Squid Games. I watched the first episode of the Squid Games last night.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yes, everyone's talking about it, and it's a little mix of genres, and it's creepy. It's the little kid games. All these people get kind of sucked into it, and they sign their lives away.
Yeah.
They get trapped in a series of children's games that have deadly consequences. If you can't win, like red light, green light, you get shot in the head. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. I've got a couple of criticisms though, James.
Go for it.
I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I have not seen it. I do plan on seeing it, but
Okay.
as long as they're not spoilers,
I don't think they're spoiler criticisms. I think
because I know the gist of it.
I'll keep it general.
Yeah.
Look, I just wish that the ways in which they killed people was a little more creative, elegant, creative. Like
Kind of like Saw, where you want somebody's like hand to get stuck in something and then it gets
I
chewed.
just want some variety.
Yeah.
I want some variety. So, in that way, I think bring a little Saw into the mix here. And the other one is I think there's a little bit of predictability that I feel like it's a little too predictable in some ways. So those are my only criticisms about it so far. But we're getting in the spooky mood here. In the Gallant house here.
All right.
And you are Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man. My baby's going to be Spider-Man. Nikki's going to be Commissioner Gordon.
Nice, I love that. Yeah.
I don't know what my husband's going to be. He's just going to be embarrassed by all of us. That's what he's going to be. So what are you guys doing for Halloween? How are you dressing up? How are you enjoying the holiday? What are you watching?
Yeah, let us know which horror movies, not only should we watch, but what's your favorite horror movie? My top two are Halloween and The Thing, both by John Carpenter. And so those are my go-to Halloween scary stuff. My fiance, not a big fan of the horror stuff. So that's why I'm trying to keep it light and like kind of, joyfully creepy with the Hocus Pocus. But yeah, you turn on I love horror movies. I don't know what it is. And I didn't read the article, but I saw it on Twitter. It says something about how Hispanic, Latino people love horror movies, maybe more so than the average person. There may be something like a truth to that.
I don't know, is it because we had chancletas flung at our heads?
Yeah. Have you heard of the myth La Llorona?
La Llorona, I've heard of La Llorona.
Yeah, so that movie came out. They adapted that into a movie like a year or two ago, and they kind of incorporated that into. Again, I didn't read the full article. I'm terrible, but like everyone else, we only read the headline. But they said movies like that, something about our culture that draws us to the creepy or the supernatural.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, we had the chupacabra.
Yeah.
La chupacabra, and every time when my parents didn't want me to do something or whatever, they're like, no, you can't go out there. The chupacabra is out there. Ah, no! The chupacabra is gonna get you. Ah! You know, and then there's
El Cucuy, yeah. El Cucuy.
yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. So I don't know. We get told these stories when we're young, and I don't know. There's just a little bit of mysticism. There's a little bit of a lot of things mixed into that.
Yeah, a little bit of Dia de los Muertos in there.
Yeah. So no, that makes sense.
All right.
That totally makes sense.
Well, let us know what you're watching. But yeah, thank you so much for watching our spooky version of the Hub on Halloween. The Hub on Halloween.
The Hub on Halloween. That's right.
The Hub on Halloween.
Yeah, until next week. I'm Peter.
I'm Peter.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Have fun!